Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We are all experts in blaming others for our problems. This is a standard thing. If I am a husband, I'll blame my wife for my problems. If I am a father, I'll blame my children for my miseries. If this is the foundation of our thinking, then what will be our spiritual practice? Am I audible to all? The walls? Okay. Walls are steady, they are not moving there. So, our spiritual practice will be, it's okay now. Our spiritual practice will be, I will like to improve my wife. I will like to improve my children. And this is called as, technically, Ashakya Anushtan, impossible undertaking. See? You just can't do it. There was a husband and a wife, and the husband was cheerfully reading newspaper or watching TV, and the wife started talking and asking so many questions. See, I think everything is okay now. You don't play with the things. Gentlemen? So, she asked him, honey, these days I am thinking I should cut my hair. So husband said, cut. But you know, my hair are so long, nobody gets such lovely hair. Okay, don't cut. No, but these days it's a fashion to have the short hair. Cut. But if I cut, my mother will become very angry. Don't cut. And this went on and on. Cut, don't cut, don't cut, don't cut. And then she said, anyway, that we'll decide later. What should I prepare for food? Cut. You cannot. The real spiritual practice begins when we start working on ourselves. See, friends, today I have replied one email before coming. The email was, same standard thing, Swamiji, I have been listening you for last 20 years. It has helped me a lot. And I am left with no desires. I am working and I am a doctor and I am doing quite okay. But my people tell that there is something wrong with me. What is wrong with me? I have got money, I am saving for my economic condition in the old age. Therefore, am I wrong? I have no desires. I said, look here, how you are contradicting your own statements. One way you say, I have got sufficient money, I am earning all right, I will take care of my old age. Secondly, you say that I have no desires. Do you know what are you talking? This is exactly what happens in our life. We all have to be clear. When I say I, what is this I? Who is this I? And we are unable to fix our priorities because of this misunderstanding about I. See, friends, we must be clear about it. And that clarity comes only if our thinking is clear. We keep on contradicting our own thing. And our thinking is the process of how something cannot be done. What should be the progress? how something can be done. See? No, it is okay, Swamiji, you are a single, you are a sannyasi, for you it is okay to be happy, but we are grastas, then be miserable. Who can help you? See, to get married, to have wife, children, is it a qualification? But we all the time, like here you have got any policy? See? In the same manner, there should be a ME policy, married empowerment. All the married people should go to heaven, and all those who are renounced everything, they should go to hell or what? See, friends. Therefore, the first principle is we should never think negative in life. And for that purpose, our scriptures have told many techniques. So our first problem is we blame others for our miseries. One husband came to me and said, Swamiji, don't make fun of me. I said, no, there is no need to make fun. You are self-sufficient. There is no need. Then I told him, yes, what can I help you? He said, Swamiji, you know my wife. I said, I don't know your wife. No. In general. See, what we talk, we don't know. No, in general, she is really a source of all miseries for me. I am fed up. What should I do? I told him, first of all, think properly. All problems are born because of wrong thinking. We create our own problems. We keep on thinking this way, that way. Stop it. Enough. See? There is no end to that. Inside, we are not one. We are a crowd. See? Like a stock market. Everybody is shouting at each other. See, friends. So I told him, I said, think cool, your problem will be dissolved. Problems cannot be solved. Problems have to be dissolved. See. Then I asked him, you tell me, what is your qualification, what have you studied? He said, Swamiji, I am a teacher in a high school. I said, what subject you teach? He said, I teach languages, English, Hindi, German, French, Sanskrit. I said, very good. You have made my problems very easy. Now I will ask you a question from grammar. Husband is a common noun or a proper noun? Think. Husband is a common noun. Any fool getting married to another fool is called as husband, is it not? It's a common noun. Common noun means what? It is common for everyone. So every husband is miserable. What is great about it? If you are not miserable, then there is something wrong. See, you are making fun of me. I said, no. Remember basic principle. Now see, when somebody comes to me with the problem, what is expected of me? I should make that man more miserable, or I should help him to come out of the miseries. Naturally, we are expected to help the people to come out of their miseries. On the contrary, if I join with him, see, you are miserable because of your wife, but I am also miserable. No wife. Am I going to compete with his miseries or what? See, friends, therefore I told him, I said, look here, it is said in our scriptures, whatever karma you do, the karma phala comes only in two ways, joys and sorrows. There is no third karma phala. In the last life, you have tortured your wife. And therefore, in this life, she has again come to be your wife and take revenge with interest. So she is interested in making you miserable because she is getting the interest. No, but I don't remember anything. I said, look here, you may not remember, but this data remains in the divine computer. It is never deleted. Okay, then what should I do? I said, now behave properly with her. Now see what is the net result. What is the moral of the story? Moral of the story is, we have stopped blaming others for our miseries. See? And second thing, we are responsible for everything that happens in our life. Don't blame anyone in this world for the miseries. See? That is the moral of the story of the karma from the last life. First moral of the story. Stop blaming others. Then the second step. When I stop blaming my wife and I start behaving properly with her, together what will be the result? There will be peace at home. See? And when you are at peace with yourself, then alone you can think. When you are disturbed, you react, you don't think. Thinking is a process by which we come out of our wrong notions. Reaction is unhealthy condition of the mind. See, when somebody is having very strong biceps, we call him a healthy person. But if somebody has got a big abscess, we don't call him a very healthy, big abscess. No. In the same manner, there are two types of thoughts. One type of thoughts are reaction of the mind. Those thoughts are called as vikar. Vikara means what? Reaction. And reactions are kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, desire, anger, greed, envy, jealousy, competition, frustration. These are all the reactions of the mind. Contrary to that, think properly, understand clearly. And once you take this as your lifestyle, you will come to know we are all disturbed because of that which doesn't exist. If somebody is not sleeping, you cannot wake him up. But if somebody is really sleeping, then you can wake him up. If there is a problem, then it can be solved. If there is no problem, how can you solve it? See? And we are all struggling for this. Try to solve the problems which do not exist. See, friends. Therefore, the moral of the story is think, don't react. Normally we react. And when you start thinking, then what happens? Take an example to understand this whole process. You know, one of my hobbies, I got very funny hobbies. You people have got good hobbies, chanting Bhagwan's name and doing this thing, but I am an abnormal character. My hobby is learning. Learn from every experience of life. Every experience of our life is our guru if we learn from them. If we do not learn from them, even God cannot teach us. See, friends, we say out of regards to Bhagwan Sri Krishna, you know, one of the stotra, we say, Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. We do say, is it not? If Bhagwan Krishna was Jagat Guru, why he could not teach Duryodhan, Dushasan, Dhritarashtra? He could not teach. Nobody listened to him. Therefore, the real spiritual practice begins when we have taken this vow, I have to learn from every experience of life. I'll give you one homework for next year. And I promise you, you will never do it. It is my self-confidence. As I told so many, nobody does it. We want complicated things. We don't want simple things. See? Suppose I tell you something abnormal, something difficult. That take cold water bath in the morning at 3 o'clock and then stand outside and stand on one leg and take Rudrakshamala and start Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiyo Bandhanat Mrityor Mokshiyam Amritahat. Do it for 1008 times. You will do it. I have no doubt about it. Because we don't like simple things, we like complicated things. And suppose I tell you another simple thing, that take a copy, 365 pages, and give the name to that copy. What I have learnt today. And start from today. Whatever may be the date, you put number 1, this date, number 2, this date. Don't wait for 1st January to come. You will again postpone it. And then, 1st January I forgot. No, start from today. And what I have learned today. Write every day 1 line, 2 lines, what you have learned. By the time 1 year is complete, you would have learned 365 things. You learn. And when we learn from every experience of our life, then we grow wise. And if we don't learn from our experiences of our life, then we grow old. And otherwise, who are old otherwise people? They are constantly living in the past. So the second important thing we have to learn, do not bring your past in the present. When you all the time talk about your past, you refuse to live in the present. See? It's so important. Therefore, learning. Now I'll tell you how I learn. One example I'll give. My hobby is when I have the freedom, when I move around places, I have no freedom. I have to obey everybody's thing. So I obey that. But when I am all by myself, nobody is with me, then every morning after I get up, I first finish the morning ABCD, wash my clothes. And after my bath, my prayers, my study, then they are kept for drying. And by about 2 o'clock or so, they are dried. Then I do the ironing myself. I like properly washed iron clothes. See? Simple living, high thinking does not mean shabby living and stupid living, thinking. How you dress and how you address tells the quality of your life. How important it is. When we come to the temple to the Lord, Lord should be happy to see us. Come on, nice person has come. Otherwise, arre baapre, fir he has come. See? It's very important. And therefore, I put my lungi for ironing. And while ironing, I learned the following things. When the cloth is kept on the on the table, it is full of wrinkles. Are the wrinkles something other than the cloth? Cloth itself is appearing as wrinkles. Those appearances of wrinkles, they make the cloth look ugly. See? Then we take the iron box. In Hindi it is called as istri, isn't it? You call istri? What do you call here? Iron. You don't know Hindi? Okay. In our UP, Bihar, there they call it Istri. The reason is, actually, they cannot say any word which begins with sa without the prefix of E. So if they have to say station, they will say station. If they have to say smile, they will say ismile. If they have to say speak, they say speak. Similarly, they cannot say stri, istri. It's very hot. So I take that istri and I move it on those wrinkles. When that istri is moved on the wrinkles, now the question came in my mind, where those wrinkles have gone? They have gone nowhere, because they are nowhere. That which doesn't exist makes the cloth look ugly, is it not? Be very attentive. And not only that, when wrinkles are removed, the inherent beauty of that cloth starts surfacing. Hey, it looks so nice. Now, second step. When we fold that cloth, and then also another wrinkle comes. The wrinkle is called as crease. Like if you see my shirt, on the shirt there is a crease, straight line. It brings beauty to the cloth, is it not? Now both are wrinkles. Those which are disorganized, they are wrinkles, and this crease is also a wrinkle. Exactly the same way, our reaction on the mind, kama, krodha, lobha, etc. These are the wrinkles. They make our mind look ugly. And when we take the istri, move and bring a nice crease, the crease is unidirectional and it doesn't cross anything. Contemplation or thinking is a process by which we remove the ugliness of our thinking. See, friends, therefore, what our scriptures tell us, that think properly. What happens to us? We feel that we are the only unfortunate persons in the whole universe. And we have the only problem, nothing else. No, we'll come out of it. We have created the problems because of wrong thinking. Think properly. See, friends, and when you start thinking properly, then we will come to understand many secrets of our scriptures. For example, karma. Karma, last life, this life, next life. See, this is not meant for telling us that you are a soul. No, it is not for that purpose. What is meant is, you existed even before this body was born. You are existing in this body, and when this body dies, you continue to exist. If this moral of the story is understood, your fear about death will disappear. That is the moral of the story. But it has gone so deep in our system. Last life, this life, next life. Hell, heaven, Punarjanma, Ram, 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 Ram. Come out of that chaos. See, friends, take an example. Before coming to Phoenix, I was in Durban. Before coming to Durban, I was in Benoni. Before coming to Benoni, I was in Johannesburg. Before coming to Johannesburg, I was in Mumbai. Before coming to Mumbai, I was in London. Where did I die? I was always there. London died for me. Mumbai is dead for me. Johannesburg is no more existing for me. Benoni forgot about it. Durban I had dropped already. Now I am in Phoenix. After my talk I go, Phoenix is dead for me. I continue to exist. Where do I die? Our childhood has gone. Have we gone anywhere? Our teenage has gone. Where we have gone? Our middle age has gone. Old age will also go. This is the moral of the story. Rather than all the time, Swamiji, what happens after death? I was in a school addressing the students. So when I am addressing the student, the topic is different. So there I was talking to him, talking to the students, the ambition, achievement, success, dedication, hard work, sincerity, character, health. These are the topics I spoke to the students. After that was over, then I said, I was addressing only the students. Those who are not students, please do not participate anywhere. And then question answer. So one elderly man, must be teacher from the school, he got up. He said, Swamiji, I got a question. I said, please sit down. I am not going to entertain your question. I am very clear. I was addressing the students. Others are unwanted here. So you just keep quiet. He got very angry. Went away. Elderly people can get angry for no reason. So he went away. After my function was over, I went to the principal's room. And I told the principal, I said, sir, please call him. He was very angry with me. I will extend apologies to him. So the teacher came. I said, sir, I extend profuse apologies for not answering your question. He was already boiling inside. You have insulted me before anybody. I said, look here, your question was in a wrong place and a wrong question. Therefore, I didn't answer. How do you know what was my question? Without allowing me to talk? I said, sir, your question was, what happens after death? How do you know that question? I said, from your face, you are not living. Anybody who asks a question about death, he is not living. And the tragedy is, marta bhi nahi. He doesn't die also. ना जीने की तमन्ना है ना मरने का इरादा है. See friends, I said, now I'll answer your question. He said, yes, tell me, what happens after death? Then I asked him, what is the subject you are teaching here? He said, I am teaching physics. I said, very good. I'll explain in the language that is easier for you. As a first general thing, what happens after death? I said, when you die, there will be one day holiday for the school. But don't die on Sunday. One holiday gone. He said, no, not that way. I said, okay, other way. Then I told him, who are you? Are a Hindu or a Muslim? He said, I am a Hindu. I said, we'll burn you. He thought I am going to burn him alive. He said, no. He said, no. And then what? Then he said, now what happens to the soul after death? I said, when you are alive, nothing happened. What can happen after death? Now tell me, when we are in this world, what has happened? Nothing. When we were not in this world, there was nothing lacking. When we will leave this world, there will be no lacuna. But ahankara vimudhatma kartahamiti vanyate. But we have that arrogance, I am doing. We can't even control our own sneezing. Many times it happens, isn't it? You say, excuse me, and it doesn't come. What is under our control? See, friends, therefore, the purpose is only this. Anything that is told in our scriptures, you go to the moral of the story. See? One story I'll tell you. When I told this story, one elderly man asked this question, and see, why I am happy because of this. I wanted to explain them in a very deep Upanishadic talk. A person who is lost in the small things, he cannot imagine the infinite. See? We are all lost in small things. My wife, my children, my grandchildren, my honey, get out of it, yeah? Enough of it. 24 hours. See? There is much more in this world all the time. So, to explain this point, I said, there was a fish from the sea, and it happened to visit a well. And in that well there was a frog. So when the frog saw the fish, he started asking questions. Who are you? He said, I am a fish. Where from you have come? Oh, I have come from the sea. And what is the sea? Because the frog in the well has never seen the sea. What is the sea? The sea is a collection of waters. How much water? So the fish said, a lot of water. How much lot? This much? What a frog in a well can think about more water? This much? So the fish said, no. Then he brought his two hands. This much? Again the fish said, no. Then the frog got angry. He took a leap in the waters from one point to another. Do you mean this much? Again the fish said, no, Baba. Then how much? He finally took a jump from wall to wall diagonally. That is the limit that the frog can think about waters. And yet the fish said no. Then how much? So come, let's go to the sea. Both have went to the sea. Now the fish is asking the frog, how much is the water, you tell me? And the frog kept his mouth shut. That is the reason why wise people keep their mouth shut. See? Otherwise people keep on blah 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 blah, like a poultry farm. See? When this story was told, one elderly person, he said, Swamiji, I have got a question. May I ask? Normally when a lecture is going on, I don't entertain. But he was a very elderly man and sitting on the floor, listening very sincerely. So I said, okay, but only one question. He said, okay. My question is, how did the fish from the sea go to the well? Now what reply? I could not even laugh. You could laugh. So I told him, by Kingfisher Airlines. Now tell me, how can you talk to such people? Those who are not able to understand the import, why something is told. See, friends, we are caught up in the logic. And because of this logic, the divinity is covered. To come out of the wrong logic, the only way is we must know the moral of the story. See, friends, and therefore, when we talk about spiritual life, what we are doing our karma, doing our duty sincerely and not hurting others, etc., this is necessary, required, but this is not all. See? When the children go to the KG1, KG2, KG3 and they learn A, B, C, that is required, no doubt about it. But can somebody afford to remain in KG1, KG2 throughout life? I asked somebody, 35 years man, hey, what are you doing? I am in KG1. Now also, yes, I like that miss. Children tell that I don't want to go to other class because I like that miss. As we cannot continue to remain in the KG1 throughout life in the same manner, these are necessities, but this is not all. We have to grow. So what is the area we get locked up in this world? In one dummy thing called as kartavya karma, obligatory duties. See, duty, all those who are duty oriented, they have this strong ego. I can do this, I do this, I do this. Remember one thing, nobody needs us in this world. When we were not in this world, there was nothing lacking. See, it is our own necessity that we run after the things. See, therefore, when we are doing karma, we should have this clear understanding. Karma is done to keep our mind free from the wrong notions. See, once these wrong notions are gone, then your mind will remain at peace. Now what is the wrong notion? Wrong notion is, because of me the world is moving. See, there was one old man, he asked me this question. Swamiji, I got some question, please don't make fun of me. I said, okay, I will not make. Let the world make fun of you. Then he asked me this question. Swamiji, these days I am having a fear about my death, and I said, no, don't ask too many questions, I forget. One by one question. First is fear about death. I said, I promise you, you will die. Fear about death means what? Whether I will die or I will not die, is it not? What else could be the fear? No, not that way. I said, okay, what is the fear? No, after I die, what will happen to my wife, my children, my property, my business? What will happen? I said, you are asking me, you ask them. They will reply you. What they will say? They will say, we are waiting, go! But we have the wrong notion. What will happen if I die? Nothing has happened when you are alive. What can happen after death? See, friends, as we have duty towards the people around us, we also have duty towards ourselves. See, friends, after having born as a human being, there is only one duty towards us. Only one. Know yourself. Vedasya sarvai ahameva vedyaha, Bhagavan says in Gita. The purpose of all the scriptural studies, Veda, is only for one thing. Aham eva vidya. We have to know who is this I. See, friends, if that is not done, all what we have done, Tulsidas writes in Ramcharitmanas, is like a naked body is decked with all the ornaments. Ornaments may be expensive, but they look beautiful only on the body which is clothed, not on the naked body. Exactly the same way. We have everything. We have achieved everything in life. But if we do not come to know our essential nature, we have wasted this opportunity. See? And then we start going to satsang. Now when we come to satsang, there are many stories that we hear. And if we have not learned the art of the moral of the story, then we will get lost in wrong arguments. One story I will tell you. In Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, a story comes. There was a king, his name was Rishabdev Maharaj. He ruled the world for 10,000 years. After that, he handed over his kingdom to his son Bharat, after whom India is called as Bharat. After that, he went to the forest, did tapasya, and ultimately merged in the infinite. Now this is the story. Now if an intellectual, dumb person like us, if he has to understand the story, what will be the interaction on this story? Oh, it's a cock and bull story. Who can live for 10,000 years? See? This will be our interaction. But a wise person will think differently. When this story is told, what is the import? What is the purpose? What is the moral of the story? Moral of the story is, even if you are ruling the whole world, not for one election, not for 10 years, but for 10,000 years, yet you do not discover fulfillment in life. Think. We have been fulfilling our desires right from childhood. I want this clothes, I want that game, I want these shoes, I want that cricket thing, I want that thing. Go on adding one by one. Today also, if you go in your own houses, you will see every house for every person, there will be at least 30 pairs of shoes. In Australia, one of my friends, he constructed a new house and he took me to his house. He was showing me, this is room, this is... When it came to his daughter's room, daughter stood, Swamiji, you are not coming inside my room. So the father said, no, Swamiji has to come. But why do you ask me not to come? No, Swamiji. I said, no, I will definitely come. And I entered. And why she did not want me to go to her room was, there were more than 72 pairs of shoes. One whole wall was decorated with different steps and different shoes and all that. I said, thank God, you are given only 2 legs. With 2 legs, so many pairs of shoes, had you had 4 legs, what would have been the condition? How many things we keep on collecting. There is no end to it. See? So, our childhood goes, teenage goes. We are only doing one thing. Fulfill our desires. Desires can never be fulfilled in life. See, my friends, we have to rise above them. This is possible under following conditions. Today before coming here, I was sitting with my Lord. That time I got this thing, very beautiful thing. If you take a bottle of water and fill it completely, not even air bubble inside, and tighten it, and then try to move the bottle, will the water inside the bottle move with the movement of the bottle? No. Why? There is no place to move. Isn't it? Be very attentive. You remove all the water inside. Now the bottle is absolutely empty. Now when you move the empty bottle, will the space inside the bottle move? Think. So these are the 2 conditions. When the bottle is 100% filled, there is no movement of the water. When the bottle is 100% empty, there is no movement inside the bottle, is it not? In that bottle we are. In place of bottle we are. If we want nothing, simply chanting Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate, there is a lot of space inside. If there is a space inside the water will move. But if we take that I want nothing because whatever is needed, I got it. Enough now, enough. We have to draw a line in our life. Thus far, not further. We have to learn to say no. We have to learn to listen no. Net result will be, mind will be under all conditions at peace. Wherever there is a movement, there is a samsara. Where there is no movement, there is no samsara. When the water is filled in the bottle, move the bottle, water doesn't move, there is no samsara. When the bottle is totally empty, the space doesn't move, there is no samsara. With this understanding only, the truth is revealed. But all our life is spent only fulfilling the desires, fulfilling the desires. Now the next step, our scriptures tell, that who wants to fulfill the desires? Of course I want. Now who is this I? See? So the I is man, woman, young, old. Is that I? When I say I am old, what is the meaning of I? I, the body which is old, I am there. Very good. When I say I am hungry, here I means the pranamaya kosha. When I say I am miserable, so I means the mind. When I say I am a self-made man, I, the intellect, ego, arrogance. When I say I am the Baba happy-go-lucky, Anandamaya Kosh, I am telling, I am very miserable because of my wife, so I means husband. When I say I am fed up of my kids, so there I means the mother or the father. How many eyes are inside? One? There is a big crowd. Therefore, we have to find out who is this I. Be attentive. This can be done only by analyzing your own experiences and learning from those experiences. If we cannot learn from our own experiences, nobody in the world can help us. See? And we have done it. As a child, we have sometimes touched the fire and we got burnt, and we have learned fire burns. And therefore, we don't hate fire. We don't love fire. We use fire to our benefit. Exactly the same way. Learn from your experiences of life. Then we grow wise. Then the moral of the story is complete. So, what is our experience that we have to learn from? When we are in deep sleep, snoring away. I am staying with Chandrika Ben, and in the morning after I finished my breakfast, at about 9-10 o'clock, I came to my room. I wanted to read something, but I didn't know when I had knocked off. I slept after breakfast, not for 10-20 minutes, 4 hours. Now during that 4 hours, where I was, when I was, what I was, everything disappeared. But I was not absent. But I was nobody. When I was nobody, I had no desires. When I was nobody, I had no obligations. When I was nobody, I was happy. And whenever you are happy, you make noise, is it not? That is why people snore when they are in deep sleep. Otherwise, that husband who cannot dare open his eyes in front of the wife, he opens his throat so loudly, karr, karr, karr. where from that courage comes? Because in that experience, I am no more a husband. Hey, friends, is it not our experience? So what we have to learn? Whenever we are nobody, we are happy. Whenever we are nobody, we have no desires. See? Now this we apply in our life. How? Now how somebody is born? Somebody is born only after we get identified with the body. In the deep sleep, we are neither mother, nor father, nor brother, nor sister, nor husband, nor wife, nor in-law, nor outlaw. None of them. We are neither woman nor man, neither rich nor poor, neither South African nor Indian. All the burden that we carry is totally given up. And therefore, we are so happy. So, who is this somebody? Somebody is born after body identification. This is called as the illusory I. This illusory I, after who is born, illusory means what? Which appears but doesn't exist. See? Now we take our body. Have we created our body? We have not created our body. Somebody created. Then our body doesn't listen to us. Who wants to fall ill? But the body falls ill. There are two types of bodies. Those who are wide and those who are tall. Now those who are thin, agarbatti brand, they have only one purpose of life. I should put on some weight. And they go on eating the live buffaloes. And yet they continue to be agarbatti. Their body doesn't listen to them. The other extreme. They are round figures, no sharp corners. They simply look at the ice cream and put on 5 kilo. Both of them are fed up because their bodies don't listen to them. So the body is not created by us, the body doesn't listen to us, and yet I am the body. Now tell me, who can help us? See? If I start imagining that this mic stand I am, and when he was tightening the screw to make it steady, when it tightens, if I start, oh no, I am getting pain, or you are not that. No, but I am getting pain, Are Baba, you are not that, that is a stand. Oh, thank you so much. See, friends, so the culprit is body identification. Body is not the culprit. We are not the culprit. The culprit is identification with the body. Thereafter, we are born as somebody. Next, after body identification, then we become mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, grandfather, grandmother, super grandfather, and we carry such a huge burden on our head. Anybody who carries any kind of burden can never be happy. Suppose you have got a huge suitcase on your head and you have to climb down the steps, and that time somebody stops you and tells you a joke. Will you laugh? You cannot. On the contrary, you will become more angry. Because you have got a burden on your head. See, second burden is physiological burden. You must have seen sometime in a group of people when they're sitting, somebody suddenly gets up and dashing everybody goes out. And we feel, why this person suddenly got up? It is not suddenly. There was a very high bladder pressure, BP, and therefore suddenly he got up and went out. Any pressure, any burden cannot make us happy. So physical burden, physiological burden. Third, this psychological burden. Mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, in-laws, outlaws. There is no end to it. And a huge burden we carry. So wherever we go, you find out who is talking. Sometimes the wife is talking, sometimes the husband is talking, sometimes the mother is talking, sometimes the daughter is talking. And inside there is a non-stop dialogue going on. Caw, 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 caw. Watch this. We keep on talking to ourselves the most. We only raise a question and we only answer. If we say like that, I am going to tell him like that. But if we say like that, I am going to tell him. What do you think, Swami? And that fellow never comes in your life. Gone. Learn this. Whenever you are disturbed, only reason is you have become somebody. See, in Bhajagovindam, Bhagavan Shankara says that kate kanta kaste putraha samsaro yamativa vichitraha. Mother, father, this is enough. We have relations perfectly. Don't get entangled in anything in this world. See, particularly elderly people, they are unable to give up. They are too much of hold on the whole family. Free yourself. I know one lady in Mumbai. I adore her as more than dozens of Swamis put together. She lived a very nice, comfortable life of a grahastha, 2 children. And after the husband got retired, she told, look here, I have taken care of your children and you for the whole life. Now both of them are out in their own life. Now please allow me to live my life. Husband said, okay, I agree with you. Now he takes care of everything in the house. And she had her dreams. Her dreams were, she adopted a small village near Bombay. She collected a dozen or 2 girls, young girls. She taught them how to cut the cloth, how to stitch the cloth, how to make the dress. He used to go by public transport to that village and teach her, the children. Slowly the children learned, and then there are many factories in India, in Bombay. She'll go to various factories, get the bulk orders for these girls, get them stitched, deliver to those people, and all the money goes to those girls, whatever they get, and she leaves in the morning at 7 o'clock, comes back in the evening at 7, 8 o'clock, takes food and sleeps like a wooden log. And she told me, Swamiji, I'm sorry I am not coming for your talks. I said, Mama, you don't need to come. Her daughter is in USA. Her daughter tells him, Mom, you come here, stay for 6 months, visa you get. And then she said, look here, I am coming for your children for 1 month. I have taken care of you. Don't expect me. I will be your babysitter. Your children, you go through. I have my life. I have my dream. I have lived for you people. Now let me live for many people. And I am doing it within my limits. I know I can't do it for the whole world. So with whatever resources she has, whatever money saving she has, out of that she is leading this life. And she is so content, so fulfilled. In addition to that, she does this medicine disbursement in a Sai Baba hospital, Satya Sai hospital. And to surprise, when the doctors write the medicine and give, the patients do not want to take the medicine from the doctor's hand or from anybody's hand. They say, give us the medicine from this Amma's hand. And they have that experience. When she delivers the medicine to any patient, whatever may be the medicine, they are cured. This doesn't happen as a magic. It is a sense of purity, contentment, fulfillment in life. come out of this small little thing. See, friends, then only life is fulfilled. And therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, the spiritual practice begins with what? Nirvana moha, jita sanga dosha, adhyatma nitya, vinivritta kama, dvandvair vimukta, sukha dukkha sanjnaihi, gachanti amudhaha, padam avyayam tat. In the 15th chapter, Bhagavan says, the first spiritual practice is nirvana moha. Mana is measurement. Moha is delusion. The delusion born out of wrong measurement. See? When we fill in our any application form, what are the criteria that we write? First we write DOB, date of birth. Meaning what? Before that I was not existing. One conditioning of time. Then we write our height and width. 4 feet tall, 6 feet wide. Space. Then we write our weight, 2 tons. Object. Desha kala vastu. Time, space and object. This is what I am. This is the basic error in our life. Unless this basic error is corrected, whatever you may be doing, it is like trying to pour water in a pot, but the pot is kept upside down. And then complain, I did my best, but not a drop went inside. See, friends, and whatever you are doing, if it leads to freedom from body identification, you are on the right track. See, the goal should be clear. Goal is not an object. Like these football matches going these days, they are hitting the ball, poor ball. And what they are getting a goal. Where is the goal? Nobody can see. Show me the goal here. 14 goals. Where are 14 goals? 1, 2, 3. Where are the goals? They are nowhere. See. Therefore, we should be very, very clear that we are functioning through the body. We are no more the body. Like I am functioning through this mic so that I can reach you. I am not the mic. See, friends, in the same manner, God created all of us for Him to use. Mic has no purpose. It can remain in the box for years together, no problem. In the same manner, our body has no purpose for us. It is He who created us like a mic so that He can express through us. That person through whom God expresses is called as Mahatma. And He can express only if we vacate. When I came and sat in this chair, if there was somebody already sitting, I can't sit in the same chair. That person has to vacate. Then I can occupy. In the same manner, we have occupied this body as I. Now vacate. Now how to vacate the body? Die? No, don't die. Then be attentive. Again start thinking. When I don't take myself to be the body, as in dream and deep sleep, that time, do I desire any of the worldly objects? No. So, what is the meaning of rising above the body identification? And what is the meaning of functioning through the body but not the body? It means we carry 0 desire levels. We have no complaints. We have no expectations. We have no fears. This is the moral of the story of spiritual life. All other things that we do our duties, we come to the temple, we chant the Lord's name, we do the arati, everything is necessary. But the question is, we have been driving, but I don't know, we are not reaching the destination. What happened? Because your car's wheels are moving, but the car is lifted and they are moving there only, it's not going anywhere. See, friends, therefore, come to discover this and be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.